Morning all. Well, today we're going to lay the deck, well, the last two layers of 450 gram mat over the deck, so all the glass work will be done. It'll be lovely. It's been a long old job. I'm glad to get it finished. We're going to do it in two sections, one on the bow section up to that line there, that marker, two layers over that. I'll lay two layers up in one go, and then we'll do two layers on the back bit in one go. Might as well do two layers in one go, is no problem, but I'll be glad to get that done. We've already cut the sheets. That's one sheet was rolled up for the bow, and that's the other one. The second one is a couple of inches bigger all the way around, so obviously one of them will, the feathered edge, go up to where I went over on the edge of the needleplast sheet, and one go halfway up the side and the other one go the full height of the side. So we're overlapping them, and that'll be done. Can't bloody wait. It's taken so long to do it, a lot longer than I thought, and the weather's been really hot, especially underneath this lean-to. It'd be nice to finally lay the last bit of glass up. I don't know how well you can see, but we've been over the edges and there's flat surfaces with a little sander. You can see like there, it's all gone white where you took the top edge off slightly, but we've been over the whole lot of a sander to get rid of any lumps and bumps, because you don't want drips of resin in your floor when you lay your floor up, do you? You'll see them drips underneath, but that's all laid up, all sanded down, ready to go. I just got to put some acetone over the whole lot to activate the surface again. Well, we'll cut the sheet roughly to size. As you can see, us sitting in the boat. The frilly edge along the bottom there is level with where I've overlapped the end of the needleplast, so I've just got to tear it around the ribs, and then I'll size it to the edge of the boat, basically to where the gel coat has been ground to. Well, that section there isn't too bad. There's a few frilly bits what are overshoot and got on the old gel coat, so I'll just trim them off with a pair of scissors. That's easy enough sorted. Well, that section's all trimmed. If you look, right, I'll trim the edge so that's straight, but I haven't gone right into the mat, so that's still frayed section there. I just got rid of all the wispy bits, so obviously I don't want a perfect line. If you just stick the mat down and just cut it through straight, you'll get a line all the way along the side, and I obviously don't want that. So I just left it frilled, just took all the wispy bits off the top. Now that bit there I'm going to take back a bit. Well, that's now all trimmed back nicely to suit. There's no little fray bits going on the old flow coat. That looks spot on, that do. That's perfect. Just how you want it. After rolling the mat up, all them little trimmed bits what fall on the floor, I hoover all them up, because when you dip it in your resin, if you roll a pick up them little bits that get in the resin, expand and turn your resin to snot. So I'd rather spend 30 seconds and just hoover all them little bits up. The old trusty Henry. Well, I've now just got the old brush out and been over the bow section. What I'm now going to lay with acetone just to key up the fiberglass. Obviously the acetone slightly melt the edges, so you get a good key when you lay the next bit on top. I went around that little mark, so I've got a datum point of how far for the glass to go. I don't want to overshoot too much, because I don't, when I'm going between this sheet here and that sheet there, I don't want to overlap too much, then I'll get a ridge. I want the frilly bits to be roughly there, so then there won't be no line on the deck. That's a theory anyway. That's not always as simple as that. Sometimes that move a little bit when you roll it, but I'll definitely be laying this glass with a roller. I can't do a couple of meters, 2.5 meters of mat in one go with a brush. I'll be there all day, but I'll just let that, give it 10 minutes just to just to go sticky. Well, I'm just getting everything prepared to lay them two layers up at once. Hopefully that I'll be able to do two at once, see how it go, but I think them 2 layers will use roughly 5 kilo of resin, so that's all poured out, ready to go. You don't want to start pouring out resin in the middle of laying up, especially in this heat. That'll start going off and you're getting a bugger's muddle. And also, I filled up the dispenser, the catalyst dispenser up, because like you say, you don't want to run out of catalyst in the middle of laying up as well. So you prepare yourself already so you don't fail. Well, that all laid lovely. There's 2 layers on there. That went down a treat. I was using the roller. You see the little dot marks when the old man marked it out. He's very precise. That looked good. I even used less resin than I thought. I poured out 5 kilos of resin in 1 kilo buckets, but only actually used 4, so that's even better. I'll put the buckets in the bottom of the boat when I use them, because you could sometimes get the odd drip. I'd rather have a drip mark in the well than I would put it on that deck where I've got to lay up on, because I have to sand it down again, so you'll see the drip marks through the glass. So I stick them in the bottom of the boat and I can deal with them later. But yeah, that's gone down lovely. 2 layers of glass. You can see that's all well consolidated, because you can see the join in the Niederplast underneath. You can see every single little bit of the Bonden paste, so you ain't no air in it. That went down a treat. That is ever so quickly to lay. Flat bits of glass. That's 10 times quicker than laying like on them ribs where you go all these surfaces. I always use a brush on them ribs, but in flat sheets you got to use a roller, and they go down ever so quickly. Well, that be that. Just 3 more to go. Well, I just rolled out the last 2 layers on the stern section. They went out lovely as expected. I used a little bit more resin on the stern, a slightly bigger. I done 4.5 kilo of resin on the 2 450 gram sheets for the stern. As you can see, that's a fair amount of resin there. That's 8.5 kilo to do from the bow section and the stern section. But if I look along the edge there, that rolled in quite well. I mean, don't feel like there's much of a lump along there. You might see a little bit of a groove, but that can't be helped. You can always sand it down. And obviously there's 4 sheets interwoven now on that joint as well. But it all sort of went in alright. Happy with that. That'll do. Now it's time to the other side. I'm chuffed how it's gone. That's looking lovely. Oh, you can see all them little dots where the old man marked it out. He loved his marker pen marking it out. But it's all gone down a treat, it has. I'm happy with that. I can't see no why we can't get this side done today. Get this other side done. And once that's done, I can then come and flow coat it all tomorrow, and that should be done. That's been a painful month and a half, but at least it's getting there now. That's the main thing. Well, I just laid the 3rd section down. That went down lovely. Only 1 more bit to go. Can't wait, and that'll be finished. Well, part of a bit of flow coat tomorrow. So that side all nice done and dried. That section done, and 1 more to go. Oh, lovely. Then the old chap will rub it out early in the morning, because there's a bit of fluff. Well, cut the mat, there's bits of fluff and stuff in there. You think you hoover it all out, and then you get a bit of resin that stick to it, and it's all like a big fluffy mole like your nan had on her chin. So they need all rubbing out again. And then I'll mask it all up, and then flow coat it in the morning, or tomorrow midday roughly. And then I'll let it dry out, and that'll be all done. What a bloody relief. Can't wait. I don't want to redo one of these anytime soon again. People who are professional fiberglassers, I don't get it. You must be mad. Well, that's the last section done. The whole 4 section, see a bit of the resin glistening over the join. But that's the whole 4 sections of deck done. Look at that, lovely. All sorted. No more glassing for me. All I got to do is give it some flow coat tomorrow and that's all done. Thank God for that. Orkney 23 boat deck and string replacement nearly done. Brilliant. Can't wait.